In this section, I am going to discuss about what are the various terms and factors used in economic aspects of the power generation. Generally, to determine the per unit, that is 1 kWh cost of production of electrical energy is known as economic aspects of power generation. To determine this, the cost, that is nothing but the per unit cost 1 kWh, what are the terms and what are the factors we are considered that we will discuss in this the section. That is, the first one is connected load. Connected load is sum of continuous rating of all the equipment connected to the supply system is nothing but the connected load. That is sum of continuous rating of all the equipment connected to the supply system is nothing but connected load. Before we are taking the EB service, we need to calculate the how much the load is there. Before taking the electricity board the service, we need to consider how much the load in our home appliances. This is applicable for either home appliances or industry or any company, so on, etc. For example, we can take one home appliances. They are having either 4 members or 5 members. In that home consists of 4 tube lights. The each capacity is 40 watt. And they are using one refrigerator. The capacity is 750 watt, and they are using one AC. It is either AC, again it is classified for sort of one is nothing but the splitted AC or window AC, so on, etc. The capacity 700 watt, and they are using 4 fans. The each fan, the capacity is 60 watt. That is, the capacity is the 60 watt, and they are using the charging purpose, so on, etc. They are used for 5 sockets. On an average, the wattage, the capacity is 15 wattage. And miscellaneous, they are used. For example, you can take on an average 150 watts. We need to calculate the total load. This is nothing but the connected load. The sum of all the loads we are utilized. We can add. It is 40, 750, 700, 60, 15, and then the 50. This all comes under for the connected load. That is 1450, 490, 1550, 1615 watts. In this, the particular home appliances, we need to take the load is 2 kilowatts. That is nothing but the 2000 watt. Maybe in future they will be adding either 100 or 200 wattage. For that purpose, on an average we can round up. Suppose we are getting 900 wattage, means we can go for the 1 kW. We are getting either 1020 watt or 1050 watt. Will we go for the 1500 wattage? That is 1.5 kW. Here in this, the particular home appliances, what are the appliances they are using? We need to calculate. But all the appliances not used at a time. For example, you can take the 4 tube light, never they are switch on at a time. Maybe at that time they are used for 2 tube lights they are used. Remaining 2 it will be for the off mode. And the refrigerator it will be on mode. And here the compressor it is for 12 hours on mode and then 12 hours off mode. And AC, that is they are used as per the requirement. Few of the consumers they are used for 4 hours in a day or 2 hours in a day. Few of the consumers they are used for 6 or 8 hours in a day. And the 4 fans is there. This is also they are used based upon the requirements. And suppose the 2 fans are rotating usage 18 hours in a day. Remaining 2 fans they are used either 2 hours or 3 hours in a day. But we need to calculate total how much the connected load. This is nothing but the sum of all the appliances we are using in the home appliances, that we can calculate it. That is nothing but the connected load. That is, here I am given the example for home appliances. Similarly, we can go for the any industry also. Next one, the maximum demand. That is, the maximum demand means we can calculate it, how much the load presented on the particular power station, particular power plants. Here, one more thing, never they are switch on all the appliances at a time. Already we have discussed in the connected load. In this, the connected load, n number of appliances is there. Based on the requirement, their utility, only few appliances. Suppose if all the appliances is switch on at a time, that is equal to the connected load. For example, we can take if any one of the power plant. Suppose this the power station, that is either thermal power plant or hydro power plant or nuclear power plant. In that the power plant, the power generation capacity is 500 megawatt. The power generation, the capacity is 500 megawatt. This is the example. In the particular power station, that is the conventional power plant, that is thermal power plant or hydro power plant, nuclear power plant. In the particular power plant, the power generation capacity is 500 megawatts. But actually in the particular power plant, they are generated 470 to 480 megawatts. 470 to 480 megawatts. Again here, the two types of load is there. One is nothing but the base load. Another one is for the peak load. Base load in the sense, in a day, 24 hours, the load is maintained for constant. That is nothing but the base load. Peak load means within short interval of time, the load is varying. After that, it is coming from the actual position. The peak load is reflected only on an average per day 4 to 6 hours, but 6 to 7 hours also. That is base load means throughout the period, the load is maintained for constant. In a day, 24 hours. In a month, 30 days. In a year, 365 days, the load is maintained for constant. That is nothing but the base load. Peak load means within short interval of time. That is the morning either 1 hour or 1.5 hour, afternoon 1 hour, and evening 2 to 2.5 hour. The load is goes to the peak load. That the peak load is not constant for the everyday. The peak load it should be varying day to day and season to season. The summer as well as for the winter. The peak load it should be varying based on the thing. Here in this the power plant or power station, that is either thermal power plant or nuclear power plant. The plant capacity is 500 megawatt, but they are generating 470 to 480 megawatt. In the particular plant, the base load is 250 megawatt. The base load is 250 megawatt, and the peak load is 430 to 450 megawatt. 430 to 450 megawatt. This is nothing but the peak load. The base load is 250 megawatt and the peak load is 430 to 450 megawatts. That is on a particular power station, how much the maximum demand is there? That is considered for the peak load. But never the consumers are not connected for the all the loads. That is all the switches. Never they are switch on at a time. Suppose if all the appliances they are utilized means that is nothing but a connected load. And one more thing, the maximum demand is always less than or equal to unity. Maximum demand always less than or equal to unity. For example, you can take one consumer, they are taken for the 2 kilowatts. That is nothing but they are taken for the 2000 watt. 2 kilowatt, they are connected load. But this is nothing but the whole appliances. What are the appliances in their home using? That is, they are taken for the 2 kilowatt. This is an example. But the consumer, they are utilized for the maximum demand is 1.1 kilowatt or 1.2 kilowatt. The maximum 1.4 or 1.5 kilowatt. Never they are utilized for the 2 kilowatt, but they are connected for the 2 kilowatt load. 2 kilowatt load. Here in this the particular power plant, the power generation capacity is how much? 470 or 480 megawatt. For example, you can take the 470 megawatt. This much of the power we can generate it in the particular power. But how much is the maximum demand? 450 megawatt. 450 megawatt. But always how much they are connected load? That is nothing but 250 megawatt. This is the 450 megawatt. It is also not constant. Some of the time the consumers are the load varying from either 220 megawatt, 320 megawatt or 350, 380 or 400 megawatt. Based upon the time to time and based upon the season, it should be varying. This is nothing but the maximum demand. And the demand factor. The demand factor is defined as the ratio of maximum demand on the power plant to the connected load. This is nothing but the demand factor. Maximum demand on the power plant. Already you have taken the one example. That is the plant capacity. That is 500 megawatt on the particular power plant. That is either thermal power plant or hydro power plant or nuclear power plant. The plant capacity is 500 megawatt, but the generation capacity is 480 megawatt. The generation capacity is 480 to 85 megawatt. That is the maximum we can generate in the particular plant is 480 megawatt. But here they are connected for 2 number of generators are connected in parallel, or 4 number of generators are connected in parallel. Here in the particular power plant, how much the maximum demand? Already you have discussed for the maximum demand is 450 megawatt. That is the peak load. Maximum demand is 450 megawatt. That is demand factor is defined as the ratio of maximum demand on the power station to the connected load. Here the maximum demand is in the particular the power station or power plant is 450 megawatt. How much they are connected load at the particular time? That is the connected load is either the connected load is always less than the unity, always less than the unity. Suppose the connected load is either 435 megawatt, 435 megawatts. This is the connected load means the consumers they are taken the electricity board service, never they are utilized this 435 megawatt, never they are utilized this 435 megawatt. They are utilizing in between, that is 250 to 410 or 415 megawatt, 410 or 415 megawatt. Why here the maximum demand is maximum is actually in that the power plant, this is the generating station power plant, either thermal or hydro, nuclear, gas and then diesel power plant. The consumers is far away from the power plants. Here this is nothing but the consumers. From generating station to the consumer premises, the distance is 500 to 1000 kilometers. Some of the places 1500 or 2000 kilometers. Here, from once they are generated the power, in the power plant, we need to utilize the electricity or we need to send to the consumer via transmission line and then distribution line. Via transmission line and then distribution line. There is no other options. In between, a number of substations are available. That is here the substation is there, and here the substation is there. Again, the distribution side, that secondary distribution line, that 11 kV again step down into 440 volt. After that, connected to the consumer. Here they are sending 450 megawatts. Because here they are sending 450 megawatt. The consumer they are utilized only 415 to 430 megawatt. 415 to 430 megawatt. The remaining 20 megawatt in terms of losses. The remaining 20 megawatt in terms of losses. That is nothing but the transmission line losses and then distribution line losses. That is nothing but I square R losses. I square R losses. That is this 20 megawatt in terms of losses. That is we want to generate the power considered for the loss. That is power generation equal to power demand plus line losses. Power generation equal to power demand plus line losses. Now in this the particular power plant, this how much the maximum demand? Demand is 435 megawatts. The demand is 435 megawatt. We need to include the losses. That is the losses is either 15 megawatt or 20 megawatt. Here we are considered for the 15 megawatt. How much the total demand on the particular power station or power plant? 450 megawatt. 450 megawatts. Demand factor is nothing but it is defined as the ratio of maximum demand on the power station to the connected load. Maximum demand on the power station means on the particular power plant, that is we need to take for the peak load. How much the maximum demand is there? That is that maximum demand means including the line losses. That is transmission as well as for the distribution line loss. And connected load means the consumer how much they are taken for the connected load. But here the consumer there is nothing but the connected load, but never they are utilized all the appliances at a time. Suppose if all the switches are on at a time, all the appliances are utilized at a time means that is equal to the connected. Here the demand factor is always less than the unit. Demand factor is always less than the unit. That is the connected load is minimum value comparing to the maximum demand. That is demand factor is always less than the unit. Here that is connected load means the sum of the all the appliances what are we are using calculated, that is nothing but the connected load. Maximum demand means on the particular power plant, how much the demand is there? How much demand is there? We need to calculate. But always the maximum demand is less than the unit. And demand factor means it is defined as the ratio of maximum demand on the power station to the connected load. Maximum demand on the power station to the connected load. Here, that is the power generation is equal to power demand plus line losses. Before 20 years back, that is the power generation is greater than the power demand. Power generation is greater than the power demand. That is, generation is constant. At that time, the demand is less. Because the technology is not developed that much of it. But at present, early morning we are wake up to go to bed. Maximum we are depending for the electrical and the electronic gadgets. That the primary thing required is nothing but electricity. For example, you can take morning we are wake up, we are using for the greaser, electric stove or electric oven, mixie, grinder for cooking food, for washing the cloth, washing machine, water heater, so on, etc. At present, the technology is well developed. All the technology, the consumers are utilized. Almost all 90 to 95% consumers are utilizing, but the primary thing required is nothing but the electricity for that purpose. But at present, the power generation before 7 to 8 years back, power generation approximately equal to the demand. That is more or less it is satisfied. But at present, the power generation is less than the power demand. That is, the demand is increasing, but the generation is constant. The demand is increasing, but the generation is constant. But if you are increasing the generating station capacity, or we can erect for the new power plant. Again, the per unit cost is increased. Already here, the one condition is there in the power system. We need to satisfy for the consumer two aspects. One is for the quality and then quantitative power. We need to satisfy for the consumer two parameters. One is for the quality, another one is for the quantity. Quality means the supply to the consumer 24 hours in a day without interruption and without load fluctuation. At the time, the consumers are satisfied. Quantity means at reasonable price. At present, the domestical consumer, they are paying per unit cost is 1 rupee 80 paise to 2 rupee 50 paise. 1 rupee 80 paise to 2 rupee 50 paise. The industrial consumer, they are paying for different. That is 4 rupee to 8 rupees. Some of the consumers beyond the certain units, 200 or 250 units, they are paying for 12 rupee, 11 rupees, so on, etc. But here, once we are extended the power plant, or once we are erecting the new power plant, again the per unit cost is increased. That burden is presented to the consumer, where we need to collect the economic, those who are spending. The spending in the sense, in the power plant, there is capital cost, and then fuel utilization, and labor's cost, workers' cost, and transmission line erection, and maintenance of the transmission line, distribution line, the substation, and n number of the labors are available, n number of resources are available. That is technical as well as for the non-technical person. For technical person, the salary, the parameter is high. For non-technical person, the salary, the parameter is somewhat low. But all the consumers, all these, we need to collect it from the consumer itself. That is, once we are generated, how much the fuel we are utilizing, how much we are generating the power, based upon the calculation, we are deciding for the per unit cost. Once we are extended the power plant, that is the thermal or nuclear or diesel power plant, again the per unit cost is increased. That burden is presented on the consumer. For that purpose, we are not go for the future extension of the generating station or new power plant. We are searching any other alternative sources are available in the nature. That is, alternative sources available in the nature is the renewable energy sources, that is solar, wind, biomass, geothermal, tidal, OTEC. But here, in renewable energy sources, one drawback is that it is not continuous and constant power generation and generate less amount of power. And one more thing, if you go for the geothermal or tidal or OTEC, it is far away from the consumer. Here, it is not continuous and constant power generation and generate the less amount of power. And It is not continuous and constant power generation and generate it is not continuous and constant power generation and generate the less amount of power. And generate the less amount of power. For that purpose, we are searching for the alternate sources. This is for OTEC tidal power plant. This is far away from the consumer and generate the less amount of power. Again, the losses is there. Again, line losses is there. So the consumer utilization is very, very less. For that purpose, we are not go for the OTEC tidal, so on, etc. At present, the familiar is only two things. One is for the solar, another one is for the wind. Next one, average load. The average load means it is defined as the ratio of average load occurring during a period depending upon the duration. That is nothing but daily average load, monthly average load, and weekly or annual average load. You can see daily average load, that is number of units. The number of units is represented in terms of kWh. That is number of units generated in a day with respect to the number of hours in a day. Number of hours in a day means 24 hours. Monthly average load means number of units generated in a particular month with respect to number of hours in a month. Number of hours in a month means per day 24 hours, in month 30 days. And annual average load, that is nothing but the yearly average load. Number of units generated in a year, that is kWh with respect to the number of hours in a year. Number of hours in a year is per day 24 hours, in a year 365 days. 365 days. Here the 24 hours per month 30 days. Per month 30 days. Based upon this, we can calculate how much the load average they are utilized. And the next one is load factor. Load factor is defined as the ratio of average load to the maximum demand on the power station. Average load on the maximum demand on the power plant. And here this taken based upon the period of time is utilized. Period of time is utilized. Suppose energy generated in a given period. That is, we are taken the load factor in a day. That is, energy generated in a given period by maximum demand on the power plant into hours of operation in the given period. We are taken for in a day means 24 hours. Suppose we are considered for the month. That is 24 hours into 30 days. Annual load factor means it is here energy generated in an annual, that is in a year, by maximum demand on the power plant product multiply with respect to hours of operation in a given period. That is annual means per day 24 hours into 365 days. Into 365 days. And the load factor is always less than the average load. This the load factor always less than the, that is smaller value comparing to the maximum demand. That is the maximum demand is higher value, average load is for the minimum value. Average load is the minimum value. That is the average load means is defined as the ratio of number of units generated in a given period with respect to number of hours in a given period. That is, we can consider it for the daily average load, monthly average load, and then annual average load. For daily average load, hours in a day is 24 hours into per day, that is into 1. And monthly average load is 24 hours in a day. Number of days in a month is 30 days. And yearly annual load is 24 hours in a year, 365 days. And the load factor, it is defined as the ratio of average load with respect to the maximum demand. This, the average load we are considered in a period of time. That is, it is the ratio of energy generated in a given period to the product of maximum demand in the power station with respect to hours of operation in a given period. And the load factor is always less than 1. The load factor always less than the unity, because the average load is smaller than the maximum demand. Average load is smaller than the maximum demand. And diversity factor, it is defined as the ratio of sum of individual maximum demand to the maximum demand on the power station. How we can calculate the maximum demand means this diversity factor, sum of individual maximum demand. Suppose in a particular area 10 consumers are there. In the particular area, 10 consumers are available. In this 10 consumer, the first consumer they are taken for the 2 kilowatt. The second consumer they are taken for the 4 kilowatt. And third consumer they are taken for the 1 kilowatt, like that, the so on. But in the particular area, the maximum demand is 20 kilowatt. 20 kilowatt. In the particular area, the maximum, this is given the example for domestic load. In the particular area, the maximum demand is 20 kilowatt, 10 consumers are there. That is sum of individual maximum demand with respect to the maximum demand on the power station. In this example, the maximum demand on the power station is 480 megawatt. 480 megawatt. Sum of individual maximum demand, that is individual consumers, how much the demand is splitted. And the diversity factor is always greater than the unity. The value is always greater than the unity. And effects of load factor and then diversity factor. What are the effects presented on the load factor and then diversity factor? This load factor and diversity factor plays a key role for fixing the cost per unit cost. This load factor and diversity factor, based upon the load factor and diversity factor only, we are fixing the per unit cost. We are fixing the per unit cost. This is for x-axis we are taken for the load factor and then diversity factor in terms of percentage. That is 20%, 40, 60, 80, and then 100. And the generation cost we are represented in the y-axis. That is the generation cost, generally it is represented in terms of, that is 75, 100, 150, so on, etc. Once the load factor and diversity factor increasing means automatically the cost is minimized. Automatically the cost is minimized. This, the load factor and diversity factor plays a key role or important aspects in the fixing of the per unit cost. That is, we need to calculate how much the cost for 1 kWh. This based upon the load factor and diversity factor only, we are calculating for the per unit cost. Here, the load factor and diversity factor is the value is increased means automatically the cost is minimized. The cost is minimized. That is, diversity factor means it is defined as the ratio of sum of individual maximum demand to the maximum demand of the power station. Here we need to calculate individual consumer demand with respect to the power plant demand. With respect to the power plant demand. And diversity factor value is always greater than the unity. Always greater than the unity. And effect of load factor and then diversity factor. Here the effect in the sense, these two parameters based on the load factor and diversity factor only, we are fixing the per unit cost. This, the load factor and diversity factor, the value is increased means the generation cost is minimized. In this the class we are discussed what are the various terms and then factors used for the economic aspects of the power generation. In this class we are discussed about connected load, maximum demand, demand factor, average load, load factor, diversity factor, and what are the effects of load factor and the diversity factor. Remaining parameters we will discuss in the next class.